Hi, you're welcome to yet another episode of things that guard someone's success or things that guard people's success. Okay, success is a multifactorial progression in a person's life or in a career of a particular individual or in a career of a particular institution. Okay, so when we say success, it entails a lot of things. Okay, and many factors are responsible for one's success. Okay, are you a businessman, or are you a graduate seeking for a job, or are you already an employee working with a particular organization or a company or with government? And then you keep asking yourself, why is it that I don't always succeed? Why is it that success is something that is seldom coming to my own end? Okay, so I want you to hold on to this video and then seek from here to the end, so that you will be able to also have another knowledge about some of the things that hinder people from becoming successful. So today we're going to be talking about familiarity mindset. Okay, so first of all, let us define what familiarity means, and then as we go further, you will get to understand how familiarity mindset can be able to hinder you from becoming successful. Okay, so what does the word familiarity means? Okay, the word familiarity, when you check your dictionary, you're going to be seeing something like an undue intimacy or inappropriate informality. For instance, something that is supposed to be given its own regards, but because of that undue intimacy to that person or to that individual or to that knowledge, then you just develop a familiarity mindset towards that knowledge or towards that person. Okay, so now, what does familiarity mindset means? Okay, so let me take us towards some sentences or towards some analogies so that we can clearly understand what the word familiarity mindset or the phrase familiarity mindset means. Okay, have you ever come across someone saying, oh, we have known this knowledge before, we have been there before, so I've had something like this before? Or maybe someone saying, forget about that guy, we sleep in the same place, I know him, he's not new to me. Oh, that guy, he's one of the teachers that are teaching in that secondary school, so forget about him. Okay, so that is a clear example of familiarity mindset. Familiarity mindset have made a lot of people throw away their dream helpers. Okay, so now let us talk about the two major ways that familiarity mindset develops, or the two major areas that one can develop familiarity mindset to. Okay, one, someone can be able to develop familiarity mindset to a person. Okay, and then secondly, someone can be able to develop a familiarity mindset to knowledge. Okay, so you can be able to develop familiarity mindset to a lot of things, but these are the two important things that you should dare not allow yourself to develop familiarity mindset to. Let us start talking about how one can develop familiarity about a person, and then what are the implications, and then how one can be able to avoid that. Okay, so familiarity mindset against a person or familiarity mindset towards a person simply means you display some sense of undue intimacy to that person, or maybe an inappropriate informality to that person. For instance, okay, let me give you a simple example of how a familiarity mindset could have set in between me and my boss in my previous job, but then I fought myself because I know the dangers of this thing. Okay, my boss always tried to make the environment for me to seem as though we are all on the same level, but I know deep inside of me that he is my boss. Okay, but he will always be telling me things like, okay, come on brother, you know, it's kind of trying to infiltrate this feeling of familiarity into you, trying to make you feel like, okay, this is home, man, so you can't be making yourself feel intense or things like that. But then, in as much as he tries to make me feel at home, I know my boundaries. Okay, I always give him that respect and formality that he deserves as my boss. Okay, but the very moment, for instance, if I had said, okay, since he tries to draw me closer to him, and I'll begin to just maybe crack jokes anyhow to him and then begin to talk to him in inappropriate ways, then that will be the end of me. Okay, so maybe I might not have been where I am today. Okay, so now that is an example of familiarity mindset. So familiarity mindset have made a lot of people to disregard important people. Okay, could it be that maybe you have a senator that is from your own area, and then while other people are getting blessed from that senator or are being blessed by that senator, but you display your sense of arrogance, or maybe your behavior of arrogance, simply because you know that person, or simply because the person is familiar to you, and then maybe you just go and call him with his own name. Maybe you can just go and call him and say, Musa, how are you doing? You know, instead of maybe saying, oh, honorable, I greet you, sir. You know, some people deserve some respects, whether you know those people or you don't know them. They deserve some respects. Or Is it that you know someone, for instance, you know a friend that have a particular knowledge that you need? Maybe let's say he is good into all this online marketing, or maybe into all this online trading, okay, but then you have this knowledge you want to acquire from this person, but because you know the person, you just go arrogantly to the person and just talk to him anyhow. Guy, how far now? Why don't you just come and give me this thing? I'll just dish out this thing to me now. While other people are busy respecting him and giving him all that respect he deserves, you just go and then just throw away what should have come to you at the platter of gold. Okay, so can you see what familiarity mindset towards a person can do to you? So familiarity mindset towards a person is very, 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 very dangerous. Even if that person is a very close friend of yours, treat that person with courtesy, okay? Treat that person with respect. Give that person a form of formality that he needs, okay? Some people might have started their own business, or maybe their own initiative, or maybe they have created some legal vicinity around them, and then they expect their clients or their customers to come in that protocol to them. Don't break that protocol simply because you know that person, else you are going to destroy the opportunity or destroy that connection you have with that person. I believe that is clear, okay? So now coming to the second one, familiarity against knowledge, or familiarity towards knowledge. Now I have a friend that while I was taking a step to go and study about forex trading, okay, so he told me something. He said, come on man, this is something that I have been seeing online. I've been reading about this thing on YouTube, so come on man, don't go and waste your time. And this thing actually came up from him because I was inviting him to come and learn this thing together with me, but the person had this familiarity mindset in his mind already developed towards that forex trader, and he was like feeling, no, this is familiar to me, so I don't have anything new to learn about this thing. While in reality, what he knew was a shallow part of it that even a beginner cannot even brag for knowing such, okay? But deep in his mind, because he developed that familiarity mindset, he felt too big for him to go and learn that knowledge, and he took that knowledge for granted. And as time kept on going on, the person now began to see the differences between my own trading and his own trading, and he began to like, okay, how are you doing all these trades? Okay, how are you picking all these trades without any serious error in it? Or maybe how are you making this precision in your own trading decisions? Come on, I told him, I thought you said the last time I was inviting you to come for this lesson, you said this is not something new to you. You were familiar with it. So I actually went and took a step and then learned this thing. Okay, so that is why I know these things. And he was like, no, I never knew that this is what this thing is going to turn out to be. But as at that time, we were very close to him, and we had access to a person that was very proficient in this knowledge, and he was able to dispense this knowledge to me. But because he had that familiarity mindset towards that forex trading, he missed that opportunity. And believe you me, for him to be able to get that opportunity to connect to a person that can be able to break that down to such a level that made me to understand this thing very well, is gonna be very, very, very difficult for him. Okay, so familiarity mindset towards knowledge is a very, very, very dangerous disease. Okay, if not something that can even deprive you of achieving your own dreams. Okay, do you have familiarity against a person because he's your uncle? Do you have a familiarity mindset against a person simply because he's a friend? Do you have a familiarity mindset towards a person simply because you have been in the same class with the person, but then the person have changed level? Do you have a familiarity mindset towards a particular knowledge simply because you have read one novel speaking about it, or maybe you have watched one online material speaking about it? So try to scrutinize yourself inward. Ask yourself, what are the things that you have developed familiarity mindset towards? Because familiarity mindset can deprive you from achieving your dreams. Okay, so the earlier you realize this, the earlier you get to know that familiarity mindset is not good for you, the better it is going to be for your own dream achievement, and the better it is going to be for your future, and not just you alone, to your children and your children's children. Okay, so try to scrutinize yourself, as I've said. Okay, so if you have anything that you are passing through that has to do with something related to this, and you're asking yourself, how can I be able to overcome this thing? It's very simple. Okay, it's very simple. You just have to settle down and then ask yourself, what are the things that I need to do? Okay, is it that I need to network with people to build more influence around my business, or is it that I need to learn about some of the areas of my business that I want to go into, or is it the career I want to go into? Do I need to learn more about it? The very moment you key out all these things you need to do, then you give it that due formality that it requires from you. Okay, don't just assume that you know it. Don't just assume that this person is close to you. Even if you are my close friend, if there is something that I need from you, or if you hold something valuable that is needed from my own end, I will give you all that honor that you deserve. Okay, honor men, honor men, honor men, and then you are going to get all the blessings that comes from them. And then when it comes to knowledge, pursue knowledge, pursue knowledge, and pursue knowledge until you have enough to be able to take you to a next step that you need to go, and then you keep improving yourself in that knowledge, but never develop familiarity mindset towards anything. This is Success Tip, and my name is Mbiza. Okay, so our aim at this YouTube channel, or our aim at this initiative, is to ensure that people take control over some of these things that one need to take care of before becoming successful. So I believe this was very, very helpful, and this takes us to the end of this video. Okay, so if this is your first time on this YouTube channel, I will ask you to click on the subscribe button below, because the more we bring up content, you will be notified. Okay, and don't also forget to turn on the notification bell, and also this will help us to be able to reach more and more number of people. Okay, because the higher the number of people that get to know these realities about life, then the better our world will become. Okay, so see you guys in another video. Bye.